Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Cyber Gaming Studios and I hope you guys are having a great day. In today's video, I want to talk about the Xbox 360 and I wanted to put it in more of a personal kind of aspect instead of just my own opinion and what I really truly feel about this console. Now, I want to give a full disclaimer that I don't have anything against the PS3 or the Xbox 360, nor I'm trying to see which one is better. But in this video, I want to say that the Xbox 360 is a little bit better to play on than the PS3. So if you're looking for last generation, I would highly recommend the Xbox 360 than the PS3, just in my personal opinion. And let me explain. So when you first boot up the console for the first time, you're first introduced into a wonderful UI. It'll first boot up into viewing your discs or open tray, what's new, etc., and see if you want to join Xbox Live. The next tab is your social, which you can see your friends, view your activity, and I will say something such as what I could do on PS4 and Xbox One, and you can also create your avatar, edit your avatar. The next tab you have is games. Everything of video game related, all your digital games, disc games, demos, etc. Buy games are in this tab. It's a wonderful tab, and I think that is pretty amazing. The only thing that I don't like about this tab is the add-ons tab. Instead of showing them all the add-ons that we can buy, basically they just show us crappy add-ons for like Rocksmith and I think it's called World of Tanks, and that's pretty much it. So this tab is pretty much useless. This little tab right here, so useless. The next category is movies and TV. This is where you can see all your video apps, anything like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, etc., and any movies you have purchased, you can watch it directly on here. Then you have the last tab, which is apps. This shows you all your apps such as Hulu, Twitch, Crunchyroll, etc., and Internet Explorer, and I think that's pretty awesome. The next tab is the final tab is settings. This is where you can configure your Xbox 360, and I think it's pretty amazing. I think that I love how they have that just as a settings instead of just having to go to extra menus like the PS3 did. And you also have Bing, which you can search for Xbox games and search for anything on Internet Explorer, even though Internet Explorer on here is not worth using, so this is a broken feature anyways. You can press the Xbox button, and you have other options such as beacons, activity, messages, party, friends, chat. You can launch a game within the menu. You can view your achievements. You can view what's recent, my games, active downloads, redeem codes, and activity feeds, and other things like media. What I really do like about the Xbox 360 is that you can have the ability to play music while you're playing a game. Unlike the PS3, where whenever you listen to music, you can't listen to music and play a game at the same time. I don't know why. It's kind of stupid. I was hoping that it could, but why not? So, and it was really frustrating because you want to listen to music and you don't want to listen to somebody's crap. You literally had to pull out your phone or something like that to listen to music, and it was it could have done it. Xbox 360 did it. So I don't know how PS3 didn't do it. So that's which I really like. However, you're in an app that has music, you have to put a USB in and play your music through there, which I have no problem with because if I don't have to rely on having Xbox Live on in order to listen to music, which is pretty nice. All right, so after I talk about the UI, I won't talk about the UI anymore. We're going to talk about the available games that are on this platform. I got to tell you that there's a lot of games on here. I think a lot more games on PS3 per se. There's a lot of games like Left 4 Dead, etc., and Gears of War that you can play on here that you can't play on PS3, and they're pretty good. I haven't seen a lot, and I haven't seen a lot of hackers. The only hackers that I have actually ran into was Black Ops 2, and trust me, there is a lot of them. Not as many as you can see, but I'm also going to talk about what you can do that helps you avoid these hackers at all times that PS3 should have done. But that's because on PS3 you were forced to play with hackers, so you really couldn't do anything about it. On Xbox, it is optional to play with hackers, and I'm going to explain to you how you can do that. Whenever you go into a game and you find a hacker, you could be while you're in the game. Sometimes they'll prevent you from leaving the game. But if you're able to be quick, view their gamer card, you have two options called submit player review and file complaint. If you submit a player review, this will give you the option to give you prefer this player or avoid this player. And basically what this means is basically if you choose to prefer the player, you have a more chance to replay with that person again when you search for a match. If you avoid the player, basically it will not allow you to, it will decrease your chances severely from rejoining that player's lobby, regardless if the lobby is public or even private. This works. I haven't had no problems with this actually at all. I'm pretty, happy with this feature that PS3 didn't have. I know that I wonder why PS3 didn't do this. I think that having this option is just so wonderful because I've done this on Black Ops 2 where like I find hackers and I would just immediately go to the game card. I don't care if I die. I would set them to avoid, and then I will also file a complaint for cheating, and hopefully Xbox bans them, Microsoft bans them, and we don't see them ever again. I've been joining lobbies now that are legitimate, even if I'm terrible. I still play in them because the first thing I look for is the first person who has the highest score, who has the highest KD, and who has the less deaths. So when I see like something like 30,000 points and a 12.0 KD, then I know that person is modding, and it's pretty obvious. So that's what I really like about the Xbox 360. You have an option to choose to play with hackers instead of being forced. Even though that you're going to have to go into a lobby and figure out if they are a hacker or not, but you're able to avoid them so you can just leave and find a new lobby without being in their lobby, and that's pretty amazing. I really, really like that. The next thing I have to talk about is the ability to talk to your friends. The thing I think I liked about the Xbox is the party feature where you can be able to go ahead and chat with your friends is pretty amazing. The PS3 had a similar feature, which I think was called chat or something like that. I forgot what it was called. And you were able to talk to your friends either video or voice, but you weren't able to do it while you're playing a game. So unlike with Xbox, you can play a game and be in a party at the same time. You can't video chat, but you can definitely talk to them while you're playing in any kind of game, regardless if you're playing the same game or a different game, and that's pretty amazing. PS3 should have done this a long time ago, but I understand, it's the XMB menu. You can't do a lot with it, so I understand. But I do agree that Xbox did a lot of things better than PS3 did, and I don't know why. So let's see. What else do we need to talk about? Activity feed. What I really like about the Xbox 360 is the activity feed. Unlike PS3, where whenever somebody completed a trophy or something like that, you really didn't see either if they got a trophy or not. You had to go directly to their profile to see if they got a new trophy or something like that. But with Xbox 360, if someone gets an achievement, you can see, and you go to the activity feed, you can basically see who got the achievement, what the achievement is for, what game, and how much gold that they have gotten for that specific achievement. You can also say something, and you can also see activity alerts to see if somebody liked your activity at all. I think that this was really cool because PlayStation didn't introduce it until the PS4, so that's something that I wish they could have done early. It's pretty cool. The next thing I do like about the Xbox 360 is that the controller. The controller is something that I really like, but at the same time, the only thing that I don't like about it is that you have to put batteries I have to use batteries in order to keep playing your Xbox 360. Unfortunately for me, I'm kind of like my own personal inventor, so I like to invent things. If like something that's inconvenient for me, I'm gonna try to make it as convenient for me as possible. So what I have done is I took a 3.7 1000 milliamp battery and I put it into the socket and I started it to the 2 points of the controller, and I had a little USB connected to it too, so I could charge the controller and the battery, so I don't have to worry about buying batteries, and I'll save more money in the long run than buying batteries every 6 hours. So yeah, I am actually have another controller. I'm doing it too, but I have to wait for the another set of terminals for the USB ports to come in. So yeah, I really like the battery. I just don't like how because I'm so used to having the top buttons being used as to shoot and aim, but I'm pretty got used to it now. But man, it was annoying. But yeah, the only downsides to having an Xbox 360 is that one, you have to pay to play online. That's something that I think that they should have never done in the first place. I think it should have been free, but I understand they're keeping the services online. So I don't have a big issue of it. The next downside of the Xbox 360 is that if you get a model that has internal storage, like a 4 gigabyte model, you only get about 3.3 gigabytes of storage, internal storage, and which requires you either to get an external hard drive accessory or get like a external USB storage device like a hard drive and then plug it through USB, and that's pretty much how you'll be able to store your games and stuff like that. That's currently what I'm doing. The next downside of an Xbox 360, I would have to say, is that the Xbox does not play Blu-ray discs. I know that seems pretty not practical, and I know that seems pretty terrible, but in overall, I think that Microsoft should have invested in a Blu-ray drive instead of going the cheaper way, I think. But hey, that's how it was built. The next downside is discs can get easily scratched. Unlike Blu-rays, they're much more tougher, so you can't scratch them very easily. With Xbox 360, you can scratch your discs very easily, especially even if like the Xbox falls or something like that. It can do a serious damage to your disc, and it's just terrible. The only problem that I think that in the long run that will happen with the Xbox 360 is the power supply does go bad. I heard that a lot of people's power supply goes bad within a year. This old power supply we had for like about 9 years. So actually, I didn't own this until now, but the previous owner had it for 9 years, and the power supply was going bad because it would shut off and give you the red light. So I just replaced it, and now the fan is going bad. So now I have to replace that. I heard the fan and the power supply are the most common ones that go bad really fast. So they don't really last very long. But I have a replacement for the fan on the way, and I already had a replacement delivered for this power supply, so I don't have to worry about for the Xbox shutting off anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can speak about for right now for the Xbox. The thing I don't like about the Xbox is another thing is the Xbox Live service seems very unresponsive, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Whenever you play a video game, sometimes Xbox Live will just randomly disconnect you. You can't. It'll either tell you to go exit the game in order to connect. Every time you're trying to connect, you have to restart your console more than maybe once or twice or even more than that just to be able to connect to Xbox Live. And I think it's very frustrating that has to happen. But I understand it's an old console. Microsoft isn't going to do much about it, and it's mostly our end that's happening. So that's pretty much one of the downsides. The next downside is download speeds. Unlike PS3, the download speeds can vary, but Xbox download speeds may be a bit slower than you typically would see on the PS3. I don't mind it, but I wish it was faster. But hey, that's something that you have to deal with.
Um, The next downfall that I have to think about the Xbox 360 is that if you don't have an external hard drive, like one of the accessories they can give, you can't just pop it any hard drive in there. You have to do some kind of formatting hack to it. And it's just stupid. I wish that Xbox would have done what PS3 did, where you can just put a hard drive in there and it would work out of the box. Nothing. You don't have to do anything. And instead of just buying a proprietary, hard drive for it, I think that was the stupidest idea they ever done. And I think that they should have gave us like more storage space internally than just making us install a third party hard drive or first party hard drive. Just so damn stupid. Otherwise, that's all I have for this video, guys. I know that this video isn't very long, but I wanted to put my input on it. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. And I hope that you guys do like this video. I will see you guys in the next video. And hopefully, if there's any more information I need to discuss, I'll make another video or a follow-up video on this. But otherwise than that, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.